Makakausap po natin ngayon ang abogado ni late former DPWH Undersecretary Maria Catalina Cabral, si Attorney May Divina Gracia. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, ma'am.
Magandang gabi din po, Corina, at sa iyong mga viewers.
Opo, Attorney, ano na po ang pinakahuling balita o status ng mga files na umano'y tangan ni Congressman Leviste na nanggaling daw mismo kay Yusek Cabral?
Well, wala po akong maiko-comment tungkol dyan. Ang masasabi ko lang, during the fact-finding investigation before the Office of the Ombudsman, Ms. Cabral confirmed that he was able to obtain several documents from her office. Base po sa
Nakumpirma niya. Nakumpirma
yes,
po
yes,
niya sa inyo.
kinonfirm niya po ito sa mga investigators ng Office of the Ombudsman.
At
Um, so,
yes.
So base po sa paliwanag niya, si Congressman Leviste is in possession of genuine copies of documents from her office. Pero
So,
kung alin po itong mga documents na to na hawak ni Congressman Leviste, hindi ko po ito masasagot. I guess the best person to address this would be Secretary Dizon, because ayon po kay Ms. Cabral, she left all copies in her office before she was asked to tender her courtesy resignation.
So she left everything, pero wala rin po kayong
Yes.
duda na yung tangan po ni Congressman Leviste is authentic at hindi gawa-gawa lang. Kaya lang hindi po ninyo alam kung listahan ba ito o kung ano ang nilalaman.
Hindi ko po masasabi, I cannot authenticate kasi hindi ko po alam kung alin yung mga documents na sinasabi ni Congressman Leviste. And ako din po, wala din po akong personal knowledge. I'm just relying on what I was told by Ms. Cabral.
Totoo po bang nakipag-agawan si Congressman Leviste ng hard copy ng dokumento kay Yusek Cabral kaya po nagkasugat ang mga daliri ni Yusek?
Again, wala po akong knowledge, so I cannot comment on that. Hindi rin po ito nabanggit ni Ms. Cabral during the same fact-finding investigation before the Office of the Ombudsman. So I guess, ang makakasagot po niyan would be yung mga tao na nagsasabing naka-witness ng pangyayari.
May mga balita rin po daw, Attorney, na sumang-ayon na si Yusek Cabral na magbigay kooperasyon sa ICI at sa Senado. Sa kabilang banda naman, may balita rin daw na hindi raw po nakapasa si Cabral sa pagiging isang state witness, kaya nag-desperada at nag-suicide. Alin po ang totoo?
Okay, let me just clarify, Corina, no? From the onset naman, si Ms. Cabral was clear on her commitment to cooperate in the investigation. If you will check the records, sa lahat ng hearings where she was summoned, she attended. In fact, after her first appearance before the ICI, that was, I think, September 24, several days after, she sent a representative to ask the ICI kung kailan siya ulit kakailanganin, because she was always ready and willing to give out
Cooperate.
information and to cooperate. But she was told, and the representative was told, to just wait for a subpoena. Nung December 15 naman po, the only reason she was not able to attend was she did not receive the alleged subpoena that was issued to her. We received information that the subpoena was sent to DPWH, which is, curious, because the ICI should have known na at that time she was already resigned. But immediately, or on the same, I'm not sure if it was on the same day or a day after, we wrote to ICI to inform the commission that she did not receive the notice, but she was willing to appear.
But was she offered to become state witness?
Okay, there was never an application to be state witness, Corina, no? Because to be state witness, you have to admit complicity. And in this case, si Ms. Cabral was resolute na she was not complicit in the commission of any crime. And why do we say this, that there was no complicity? Yung participation niya po in the scheme is not necessary for the scheme to prosper. Yung sila Yusek Bernardo and these conspirators, all they need to do is to get approval from Secretary Bonoan, and si Secretary Bonoan would just instruct Ms. Cabral. So hindi po kailangan yung participation. It's not indispensable.
Okay, so para...
And also, yung so-called evidence against the only so-called evidence against Ms. Cabral is a testimony of Yusek Bernardo, but even Yusek Bernardo's testimony is too incredible to cite, to incite belief, no? Why do I say this? First, si Yusek Bernardo has a pending application to be state witness. So he has every reason to make it appear that he's not the most guilty. That's one. Number two, ano po bang sinasabi ni Yusek Bernardo? Kahit siya naman po ina-admit niya na dun sa alleged scheme, he never spoke with Ms. Cabral. Lagi pong yung correspondent was always with Secretary Bonoan. Yung sinasabi niya naman na kickback, he admits na never siyang nagbigay ng pera kay Ms. Cabral. Ang sinasabi niya lang, that was the representation to him by Secretary Bonoan.
So ang ibig sabihin siya po ay parang tagalista lamang, para siyang librarian o tagatanggap po ng wish list. Ano po, how would you describe her having in possession all of these names or files?
I wouldn't say tagalista lang, no, Corina, because yung job ng department nila is to, pag may nakukuha silang instruction, pag may nakukuha silang mga project proposals, what they do is to vet, verify, review, and validate. Sorry, not validate, but to check if these projects listed in the proposal are qualified for funding, and they consolidate all these project proposals for the
Okay.
approval again of Secretary Bonoan.
Okay. Nagkaroon daw po ng isang suicide attempt sa bahay mismo ni Yusek Cabral gamit ang isang patalim at naagapan lamang ng kaanak. Ano po ang nalalaman ninyo tungkol dito? Totoo ba?
Totoo po ito, nangyari po to on the day that she was implicated by Yusek Bernardo during a Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing.
Okay.
Because yun,
yes.
she felt the injustice na siya, samantalang siya na from the very onset nagpakita ng cooperation and made her commitment to cooperate. She was being pilloried and was being made a convenient scapegoat. Pero si Yusek Bernardo is presumably one of the most guilty, is being lauded and allowed to evade criminal prosecution. Which to me is setting a very dangerous precedent.
Has it been established among yourselves or with the family kung ano po yung tipping point ni Yusek Cabral kung bakit po niya naisip na ituloy na yung suicide?
We can only speculate, no, Corina. Siguro dala na rin ito ng depression. Plus, yun nga, yung feeling niya na ginagawa siyang scapegoat ng totoong mga may kasalanan.
Did she receive many phone calls from congressmen, threats, kung siya'y magsasalita o magbibigay kooperasyon? May ganun po ba kayong nalalaman?
Wala naman po siyang nasabi sa amin na threats.
Sa kanya po mga relasyon, Dave Sanchez, Eric Yap, meron po ba siyang personal na relasyon sa mga ito?
Wala pong relasyon. This gossip or rumor is misogynistic to say the least. I will not even dignify calling this allegations because these are pure gossips or rumors. Wala nang maipakita na kahit anong ebidensya ng kahit anong relasyon with these people. Ang pinag-uugatan nito, ang sinasabi nila may relasyon because meron daw natanggap na mga projects itong dalawang tao nito. But we have to remember, si Ms. Cabral po, she had no hand in the bidding of projects. Wala din po siyang participation in the implementation of projects. Ang meron pong participation dito would be the district engineers, the regional directors na under kay Yusek Bernardo.
Ma'am, ano po itong 6 na kahon umano ng mga dokumento na nawawala daw mula sa opisina ni Yusek Cabral? Ano po ang nilalaman ng mga ito?
Marami po, halo-halo po itong mga documents na ito. But let me clarify, Corina, itong mga documents na ito, these are just copies. The duplicates and originals of these documents were left with the DPWH. Yan po yung sabi ni Ms. Cabral. Yun. So,
Okay.
ito ang yung iba dito may kinalaman sa preparation of the annual budget proposal. Meron naman pong iba na walang kinalaman. So halo-halo po itong mga documents na to.
So may,
Merong mga
may hinala,
notes, merong-
may hinala po ba kayo kung sinong kumuha? Ano ang intensyon? Bakit nawawala?
Wala pa po kami but we are working on it po.
Mhm. Okay, last question. Kahit siya po ay wala na or deceased, ano po, mayroon pa rin bang representasyon para sa proteksyon ng kanyang pangalan at interes?
Yes, Karina, I'm getting the authority from the family. Tulad po ng nasabi na ni Ms. Cabral, we remain committed to helping in the investigation if only to clear her name, no? Kaya nga po patuloy rin namin hinahanap yung mga documents na ito para makatulong in whatever way we can sa investigation.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Attorney May Divina Gracia. Siya po ang abogado ng namayapang si former DPWH Undersecretary Maria Catalina Cabral. Thank you po. Manatiling nakatutok sa Bilyonaryo News Channel. Sumubaybay sa aming social media accounts at mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel para sa mga bago at eksklusibong balita.